Good morning, students. Today I am going to teach you 7th standard English Unit 2 Prose The Wind on Haunted Hill Section 3. Okay, Ruskin Bond The Wind on Haunted Hill Section 3. Before we get to the lesson, we get to the section 3 part. Just I remind the what is what we heard seen in the section 1 and 2. Just I remind it. Okay students. Okay, the wind cried the wind as it swept down from the Himalayan snows. It hurried over the hills and pauses in the tall pines and deodar. On the slopes of the next hill there was a small village. People kept large stones on the tin roofs to prevent them from blowing away. There was nearly always a wind in these spots, even on sunny days. Doors and windows rattled. Chimneys choked. Cloths blew away. 3 children stood beside a low stone wall, spreading cloths out to dry. Usha, dark-haired and rose-cheeked, struggled with her grandfather's long blue shirt. She was 11 or 12. Her younger brother Suresh was doing his best to hold down a bedsheet with pinya. See the picture? There was one boy. Yeah. Pinya, a slightly older girl, Usha's friend and neighbor, was handing them the cloths one at a time. Now Usha must go to the bazaar. She was very afraid because her grandfather told about the stories of ghosts. Okay? She was very afraid. She was very frightened because her grandfather told about the stories of ghosts. Usha set out her walk to the bazaar at 2 in the afternoon. It was about hour's walk. She went through the fields. Now turning yellow with flowering mustard, then along the saddle of the hill and up to the rains. Usha sang to herself because she was afraid, she was frightened, so she sang to herself as she tripped lightly along the path. Usha took her time in the bazaar. She bought soap, matches, spices and sugar. She bought some things for her house. So she bought. After finishing her purchasing, Usha met her aunt Lakshmi. Usha met her aunt. Her aunt name was Lakshmi. She met her aunt Lakshmi, who took her home for tea. Usha spent an hour in Aunt Lakshmi, little flat above the shop, listening to her aunt talk about the ache in her left shoulder and the stiffness in her joint. And she slung it over her shoulder and set out for the village. Now section 2. From section 2, strangely the wind had dropped. The trees were still, not a leaf movement. She must get home before dark. As she hurried along the path, but already the sky was darkening, the clouds black and threatening looked over Haunted Hill. This was March, the month for storms. She had no umbrella with her. The weather had seemed to so fine just a few hours ago. Okay. A sudden flash of lightning lit up the hill. The ruins stood out in clear outline. Then all was dark again. Night had fallen. Suddenly the wind sprang up again and brought the rain with a rush against her face. It was cold, stridging rain. She could hardly keep her eyes open. There was another flash. There was another flash of lightning followed by a peal of thunder. Peal of thunder. The ruins looked up before her, cream and forbidding. Okay. Usha found her way into the ruined building, helped by her memory of the place and the constant flicker of lightning. Okay, she began moving along the wall, hoping to reach the center corner. Okay, she placed her hands flat against the stones and moved sideways. Her hand touched something soft and furry. She was afraid. She was frightened. But that it was only a wild cat. Wild cat. Okay. Yeah. Usha remembered that across his empty room stood an old fireplace, and that there might be some shelter under the blacked up chimney. Okay. Then there was a bigger flash than most, and for a second or the entire ruin was lit up. The ghost, as the opposite wall was lit up, she saw crouching in the disused fireplace two small figures. They could only have been. The ghostly figures looked up, staring back at Usha, and then everything was dark night. Have you understood section 1 and 2? Now we are going to see about this section 3. Okay. So now Usha's heart was in her mouth. She had seen without a shadow of a doubt two ghostly creatures at the other side of the room, and she wasn't going to remain in the ruined building a minute together. She ran after of her corner, ran towards the big gap in the wall through which she had entered. She had lost her balance. She gave a frightened scream. She gave a frightened scream. Someone else screamed. And then there was a shout, a boy's shout, and Usha instantly recognized the voice. That is the voice. The boy's voice is Suresh's voice. Okay, Suresh and Pinya voice. They fell into each other's arms, so surprised and relieved that all they could do was laugh and repeat each other's names. Usha said that she thought they were ghosts. Suresh also said like that. They went back under the roof. They huddled together in the corner, chatting excitedly. And when it grew dark, they came looking for it. They came looking for them. Should they run back together? And Usha didn't want to stay there. Any longer. So she wanted to just leave that place. Leave from the place. Then they may have to wait till morning. Suresh said that they might have to wait till morning. The wind and rain continued, and so did the thunder and lightning, but they were not afraid. Now. They have each other. Warmth and confidence. Even the winds return seemed so forbidding. After an hour, the rain stopped. And although the wind continued to blow, it was now taking the clouds away, so that the thunder grew more distant. As it grew lighter, they saw the plum tree stood upright again, although it had lost all its blossoms. They stood outside the ruins on the brow of the hill, watching the sky grow pink. A light breeze had sprung up, had sprung up. When they were some distance from the ruins, Usha looked back and said that would they see something? Would they saw something there? Okay, behind the wall, and they couldn't see anything. They couldn't see anything, and said themselves goodbye. And Uzzah looked back at the ruins. The sun had come up and was touching the top of the walls. The sun had come up and was touching at the top of the walls. That means the sun rises. The sun now the sun rises. The sun rises at the top of the walls. The leaves of the plum tree shone. The thrush sat there singing. Okay. Have you understood, students? Have you understood the Winton Hunted Hill? I hope you learn. You learn section 1, section 2 and section 3. I hope you learn section 1 and section 2 and 3. Thank you. Thank you, students. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you.